To show your support, please like, share, and subscribe. Although all humans are capable of thinking about God, about the purpose of life and existence, not everyone thinks alike. Different people think differently. There are many religions that have a short sighted and petty minded concept of God that is a result of the influence of many limitations, such as that of the intellect, of the time period, region, nation, people, living conditions, etc. Some of these are dangerous and spurious ideologies. There have been numerous religious philosophies that cause harm in the name of God and religion and cause large scale destruction. That is why more people have died or have been killed in the name of God, motivated by wrong ideologies and misconceived notions, than the number of people killed in the First and Second World Wars put together. Such ideologies need to be examined and exposed.
So, is religion a race, an ethnicity, or a community? No, not at all. What then is a religion? Religion is an ideology and a particular system of faith or understanding that one practices that has a certain concept of God, a worldview, an idea of self, the meaning, purpose of life, etc. The concept of God and the idea of self and worldview are the most important pointers that determine the validity and correctness of a religion. For example, in Sanatana Dharma, the God concept is Parameshwar, in Islam it is Allah, in Christianity it is Jehovah, etc. Atheists believe that there is no God. The concept of God is to give an idea of the functioning of the universe and the interactions amongst its components, including us. We'll talk about this later in the coming videos. Now, coming to the main concern, why then do people confuse religion for a race or ethnicity? This is because, in most cases, your identity is tied to a religion from a young age. It is very important to remind yourself that no child is born with a religion. But the parents almost always train the child into the religion they follow. Naturally, without choice, one follows the religion his or her parents follow, at least until he or she is old or mature enough to make choices. Hence, since by default, one's parents, one's family, one's relatives, one's immediate ancestors are usually from the same religion, he or she tends to mistake it for a race, ethnicity, or community. But this is a blunder, a big blunder. Just as one can change political inclinations or ideologies over time, one can cease to believe and reject the religion he or she was born into, or convert into, or embrace other religions. So, if someone confuses their religion for a community, ask them, when they leave or change their religion, do they actually change their community or family, their parents or relatives? No. So, religion is not a community, not a family, not an ethnicity. Now, why do we term religion an ideology? Yes, some will object to terming religion as an ideology. And yes, from the standpoint of the correct religion, if any, that religion is a spiritual truth. And one needs to only realize it. Like science. Whether you study science or don't study science, whether you make a discovery or not, science exists. But until we are able to weigh the rights and wrongs of all religions using reasoning and intellect and conclude which religion is the ultimate truth and valid irrespective of time, place, people, race, nationality, etc., it is best to assume them to be ideologies. Which brings us to the next point. Is comparative study of religions bad or communal? No. Rather, it is not only good, but also necessary. Religions must be compared and analyzed without bias, not based on the claims of its followers or ruthless critics, but from the authentic sources that the religions themselves put forward. Make informed decisions by taking the good and rejecting the bad. Then, religion truly becomes a choice. So, why do some people get so offended by unbiased religious criticism? That's because they mistake the religious ideology they follow for their identity. It's this sense of mistaken identity that we need to change, not hinder religious criticism or comparative religion. Religions should be open to criticism and free from rigid blasphemy laws. And if you want to respond to criticism, use the same authentic sources cited by the religion in question. Through comparative religion, we can overcome meaningless practices and rituals, immoralities, and regressive and harmful practices that are being carried out in the name of God and religion. Let the ideologies that are false, regressive, and toxic be exposed and rejected. Let the ideology that is for universal good, the ultimate truth, if any, stay. Only through comparative religion will we be able to bring out the truth and a religious renaissance that benefits all humans.
At Arsha Vidya Samajam, we undertake comparative religious studies based on Tarka Shastra. Through this, we have brought back more than 5,000 people who had converted or inclined towards other ideologies to the right path of Sanatana Dharma. We have published 4 books and 2 of them are available in English. These books are perhaps the first books on comparative religion to be written by Hindu women who had converted into Islam and Christianity and returned to Sanatana Dharma.